Well, all right, friends, subscribers, and internet strangers. What's up? Welcome to the Bearded Pickers channel. I'm your host, Beard. So today, November 1st, November 1st, or is it the 2nd? Whatever it is, Saturday, first Saturday in November, we went to yard sales. Even though it was getting colder, there were 20, 25 on the map. So when they stop having them is when we'll stop going. Correct? Correct. So today, I bought a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. It's going to take a little bit to go through it. And then I bought one big lot of something. So I'm breaking this up into two videos. Let's go over the lot purchase first. And then I will upload this video and start working on the next one. So, Beard, what the hell did you buy a lot of? I know that's what you're thinking about. Let's get into it. All right, you guys get to move back here. All right, so I bought this whole box for 20 bucks. The hats were $1 a piece. So it's a whole box of hats. So if you look at the hat, it's a multiple launch rocket system. SATARM. I remember these from the Gulf War, so I know these hats are from the 80s, early 90s at the latest. This one, it's just really cool. These are all, you guys don't forget, Huntsville is not only is it a rocket town, but you get a lot of people who come here and work a lot of different places in the military because we have a Okay, so Huntsville is not only a rocket town, but we get a lot of people here from the military from all over. Reston Arsenal is the base here in town, and it is I believe they deal with, it's an ammunition dump and ammunition storage. So the rocket launch systems, the guys that have come in from all over, this would not be unusual. So this one, hat number one, I have 3 different varieties of that hat. Almost everything says MLRS. There's the rocket system in action on this hat. This hat is new. That one was made by DA, a company DA. This one is made by Pointers in Fort Worth, Texas. But it's the same rockets. It's the same everything. It's just a different style hat. That was one of the ones I really, really liked. Here's the same launch system. In black, it's cloth that's still new, never been used. This one is a Cobra caps. As you can see, no anything in it. It just, the type of hat it is, it folds over right there. But I'm gonna have to do a little bit of looking around with that red star. That almost looks like a Japanese zebra. But yeah, I don't know enough about any of this stuff. I'm gonna have to do some research on MLRS as well. I didn't look up any of these hats. Sometimes when you've got 20 bucks, and one item will probably cover all of them. It's maybe 2 out of 20. You still got 18 to make a profit, or 17. This was an NCAA hat. I bought it because it was new with tags. It's a fitted Zephyr hat, the Z hat. It's a 7 3/8 for the Texas Tech Raiders. So I figured it's still got its paper in. It's never been worn. I can probably get a few bucks out of this, even if I get 10 or 12 plus shipping. It was still worth the $1. There are multiples, so this one has multiples. This one, it says L'Oreal on it. It's 500,000 rockets, the multiple launch rocket system. This hat is really cool. I like the rocket's almost made it look like a sword. And these are Speedway hats. Again, the foam is in perfect condition. No issues with it. These hats are brand new, even though I guess I'll describe them as new vintage. So remember when I tell you there's some variations. Here's the first variation. This one, TGW. I have no clue what TGW means. But because it was new and it was $1 and it matched all the rest of them, I grabbed it. I had 18 of them, and I'm like, I'm just gonna give him a $20 bill. I'm gonna grab 2 more hats because he has some different other types of hats as well. This is one of the ones I grabbed because this one has been worn. You can see there's a little sweat ring on it. But because it has Lockheed Martin on it, and it says remanufactured, I figured, this might be a decent one. And if anything, I've only lost $1. The Texas Tech was the other one that I grabbed. So let's see. So this one says 1,000 multiple launch rocket system, M270 launchers, 20 years of progress. Lockheed Martin. So I thought this one was pretty interesting. I don't think it's been worn. I think it's just the way this hat was stored. It shows no signs, but I would never say. And a hat that you don't know, and stuff that you don't know, under describe. You don't want to embellish and say this was never worn, because somebody could look at this and two people could look at it completely different. I'll just put on here the condition it's in. It shows no sweat rings. It shows nothing on the inside. The foam's in good condition. I'll list those kind of things, but I will not say it's not been worn, because somebody else might have a different opinion. This one's probably my favorite hat. I like this one with the two rockets that almost look like swords going through the skull with the MLRS. Steel Rain. I'm sure Steel Rain has I don't know what the Steel Rain is, but when I list this hat, I'll try to look up Steel Rain, and I'll Google that and see how they go together. How many of this one did I get? Did I already go over this? Okay, so I have two of the sad arms. So this one here is just the same patch. The patch is bigger, and it takes the whole hat up. That hat might have been worn, or it just might have been the way it was stored. This one has never been worn. But you can tell the difference. One is much nicer because it is crispy, and the other one is not. But it's another one that would be a judgment call. This one I have perfectly confident saying it's never been worn. This one, yeah, not so much. All right. So I've got two of this one as well. They're the same hat. It's L'Oreal launcher overhaul. So they must work on these launchers. This guy spent a lot of time with these launchers. So these hats are, who made these? These are made by Young and Hat Corporation in Sri Lanka. Hats all over the world. All right. You're thinking, how many more hats can you pull out of the box? Remember, I bought 20. This is another one of the ones that I really, really liked. It's multiple launch rocket system, the Missiles and Electronics Group, Missiles Division. I love the rocket launcher with the flag coming off of it. That's just way cool. And these are Speedway hats again, two of them. So they're identical, the same condition. Those are great hats. And I've got a few more here. This is MLRS quality without compromise. Another one that's not been worn. This one's a different brand. It's Active Generation is the name of it. This one's actually made in the USA. Foam's in good. This one doesn't have foam. This one has a material behind it, but not foam. But that one's very interesting. Then I have the last one. I have another one of these L'Oreal hats, but this one is with L'Oreal built ADU #1. So we'll show you that they're both the same hat, but they have this little ribbon here. I forget what that's called. So what do you think? Would you have risked $20 on these hats? Good investment, bad investment? Do you know anything about these hats? Do you know anything about MLRS, multiple launch rocket systems? Leave in the comments below. I'd love to hear. I'm going to do some reading, so I will be well versed in this kind of stuff in a few days when I start listing. So let me know in the comments. Do you have any experience? What about the hats? What do you think about the hats? $20. Good deal, bad deal? All right. Thanks a lot for watching. Do the YouTuber. Appreciate each and every one of you. This was something very different. I have bought hats before, but I've never bought 20 at a yard sale. This yard sale was older gentleman selling some interesting stuff. He had a turntable and a Technics turntable and I would have bought, but he just wanted to, his prices were a little high and the hats were $1, which that'll be one thing I would tell you is when you go to a yard sale and everything is priced very high, you know, a lot of people will just go, oh damn, we can't buy anything here and leave. These hats were there, $1 a piece. That's pretty standard price for hats at a yard sale. It's about $1. Harlan also bought a cooler at this yard sale. It is a Coleman, one of the green metal coolers. It's still in this box. And they wanted 30, they wanted 34. Harlan offered 20 and they took 25. But the smaller one we've seen in the 130s, 140s, and he's done very well at the auction with that same type of cooler, smaller. So this is the medium sized one. So he's going to do very well. Just, you got to continue to look at yard sales. This was late in the day. A bunch of military hats for $1, and most of them are new vintage hats. All right. Hope you've learned something. Hope it gives you something to think about. And as long as they're going to keep having yard sales in the cold weather, I'm going to keep going. All right. Roll Tide.